Good morning. Welcome to your Monday Mojo with me, Coach Mo. I've got my coffee and I'm ready. I hope you are. So as you know, we are using Oprah's Wisdom of Sundays as a means to reflect every Monday morning for a few moments. We're still on the chapter of awakening, and we probably will be in this chapter for a while. And today's reading is by Llewellyn Vaughan-Lee. And I'm just going to read you a little bit of what she said. People come into this world and they forget their divine nature. They become caught in what the Chinese call the 10,000 things of life. And then there comes this moment in their life when something wakes them up. It's a very magical moment. I'll tell you a story. Once I was traveling to New York on an airplane. I went to use the bathroom and there was a line. I saw that the flight attendant was reading a book that I had read. And I said, "Oh, interesting book." She started to tell me her story and said she had just been to a workshop. And then I said, I suddenly discovered there's more to life than just getting stuff. I could see the light in her eyes. She had woken up. She'd realized there is something within her. It wasn't just about material accumulation. It was this magical moment when something awakens within the heart of a human being. So I love that passage for so many reasons. The first thing that caught my attention was this idea of the 10,000 things in life. And oh boy, just these past few days, I struggled with that. And I caught myself in this moment of, it wasn't anxiety, but it just felt like this overwhelming presence of stuff inside of me, right? In my head, in my heart, and it was weighing me down. And I actually looked it up, how many thoughts do we have a day, right? And it should be no surprise that we have about 50 to 70,000 thoughts per day. So just imagine how many we would have per minute, okay? Way too many. And so if we are not taking the time to slow down our thoughts or even catch our thoughts and pay attention to what is it that we are thinking about all day long and saying to ourselves that could potentially be not only draining our energy and putting us in these moments that could be overwhelming, but truly take us away from being able to connect with our divine nature, right? Because if we're not connecting with our divine nature, then we're not doing what we're here to do, right? Moment to moment, day to day, in life, in work, with other people in our lives as well. And so I'd love for all of us to think about two things. What are these thoughts that are occupying our mental activity and for many of us our emotional activity as well? And do you find that those thoughts are perhaps contributing to your divine nature, or are they just mucking it up, right? Is it just interference that is preventing you from living and strengthening your divine nature every day? So I'd love to hear that from you. Let me know what you think about that, what comes up for you today in this reflection. Secondly, I'd just love to ask the question, are you aware of what your divine nature is? Think about that. It's not, for some people, it's super easy. They're very clear on what they're here to do and what their divine nature is. For others, we go through periods in our lives where we connect with it, and then there's other periods where we're disconnected and we have to come back, find that clarity, align with it so that we can go out there and do that work that we're meant to do. So again, I hope this is a helpful reflection for you today. I know that it was for me, just based on what I felt this weekend and realizing that I was not only having way too many of these thoughts, some of them were the wrong thoughts. And I was making mountains out of molehills. And so I needed to kind of bring back find that quiet, that space, pay attention to the thoughts that I was thinking, and make sure that they all really aligned with what I'm here to do, my divine nature. And for those of you who are not clear on what your divine nature is, give me a call. Check out my website. The new community that I have put together is all about finding our divine nature and putting that out into the world, lighting our fire and finding our flow so that we can live peacefully within our power. And on my website as well, and I'll put these in the links below, at any moment you can schedule a quick chat with me and we can get you there together. So have a beautiful day. Namaste, as my mug says. And I will catch you next week for our next reflection. See you soon. Bye-bye.